For those fellows who were not there the other time, I want to give you a small background about school sponsor plan. School sponsor plan is a one-on-one sponsor plan. This is an initiation from educants with friends from Netherlands. They choose one school and they give small money to help them to boost their morale on education. Or in Uganda, school sponsor plan is being implemented in Uganda only, in a little primary school only. And in Africa, it's being implemented in Uganda and Ethiopia only. So you can imagine how lucky you pupils of a little primary school are to be selected in the whole Uganda as the only school, and then in the whole of Africa, you are only one school and one school in Ethiopia. So that is a blessing. This is a one-on-one sponsor. At the time, we gave some improvement of furniture. This time, why we are here is on vulnerability or continual support to children who are vulnerable. And how did we arrive to this vulnerability of children? We know all of us here are vulnerable, but there are some people who are more vulnerable than others. So the target for today is vulnerable children. And the vulnerability here, the extent to which we took the following, the context of: one, the child is a total orphan, becomes more vulnerable. Two, the child is with a single parent, one of the parents is dead, that one falls under a vulnerable child. Two, the child is lame or is disabled, that child falls under vulnerable child. The other criteria is the child is living with an aged parent. The aged parent, Joti. If the child is living with those kind of parents, that child becomes vulnerable. Or the child is living in a child-aided family, that child becomes vulnerable. Or another criteria is when the parents of these pupils are terminally sick. You are medung poor, you are how can I say, for example, those are living with HIV/AIDS, those are becomes vulnerable. So what we did, I made the headmaster to write the names of all these children who falls under these categories. And Mr. Dio and Chairperson Pobedam, we came and did what we call vulnerability assessment. I came with my forms here with very many variables to test the vulnerability of these children. The head teacher had written about 72 names of pupils from P1 to P7. I came, I did my own assessment within all those criteria I've told you. The day when I was here, some of them were absent, but I did carry out the vulnerability assessment and found that most of these pupils are vulnerable. They are extremely vulnerable because, sincerely speaking, almost the majority of these pupils you are seeing here, they either have one single parent or they don't have parents. Many of them are orphans. And it overstresses the kind of support we thought. We thought we were just going to have these few small light things here, but we found that most of these pupils are vulnerable. But because this was already earmarked, there was no way. We said, let us start from that little, and we build, as we have been praying, that let us pray to our donors to give us more. So during my assessment, I found out that, as it was reported, by the head teacher. There were some extreme cases of vulnerability which Pobedam, within their limited budget, could not cater for it. So this is my humble request. The DO is here. It's my humble request that if need be, we could one time again gang up as a team. Let us move to the community. Let us do the research on these children. Let us collect the baseline data so that we can see how to support them. When the center is being built, but we don't know the number of pupils who are affected. So I think that is still a very virgin area whereby we, as a development partner, we need to see and the kind of vulnerability these pupils are, because they have the extreme cases. So in that context, we are only going to support them on what we can, but their major problem will not be what? Solved. Because if they have the hearing impairment, they are dumb, there's no any other specialized tools or equipment we're going to give them. So this is my humble request, Mr. Dio, and then the sub-county official, to look into this. We are there, we can come and do this survey. Oh, why are we interested in these vulnerable pupils? We know all these people are from poor families, but there are some which are more vulnerable. Oh, it has been found, research has found that most of these pupils here, their access to education is impeded by some few things. So it has found that some of them cannot afford the small basic scholastic materials, small basic, and that's why today Pobedam has felt that they should come in to bridge that gap, that small thing, but which is very vital in the education system. The parents all time have been told to give basic education support, but some of them do not give that. So this small support here, we intend to use it as a motivation. As a motivation to motivate these pupils so that tomorrow they can learn and be happy to do their work effectively. Now, what are we going to support to these pupils? Oh, Mr. Dio, the sub-county official, chairperson Pobedam, my teachers, parents, what we are going to support these children here, I have put it into lots. Lot 1, we are going to support them with books. We are going to support them with books. Books ni categorizing your P4, P3 to P7. Geometry within the vulnerability group. Books, 96 pages, 1 dozen each. P3 to P7. You have got me? Then P1 to P2, we are going to give them 1 dozen each of 46 pages. 48 pages. That is lot 1. Lot number second lot is going to be, the book goes with pens. We are going to provide pens. P3 to P7, they are going to get 4 nice clear pens. P3 to P7, 4 pens. Then P1 to P2, they use pencil for writing. So we are going to give each child half a dozen of a pencil. Are we together? The third lot, P4 up to P7. P4 to P7. P4 up to P7. All of them are going to receive a mathematical set. Mathematical set. That one will work. The teachers know what they are going to give them. Then lot 4. Lot 4. Girls from P5 to P7 are going to receive sanitary pads. They will receive 5 packets each. Oh, I'm requesting the senior woman teacher to, after this, because some of these young girls do not know how to use this, you will again try after our leaving, you will take them for a small briefing how to use that, and it should be used profitably because we know it is a big stumbling block to them. During my survey, when I was discussing with these girls what are their needs, many of them could not tell me that that is their need because they feel shy about it. But with these days, we want girls to be empowered. Me, I've been dealing, I have my younger girls of their age, so I know those are the most essential part. That's why we are together, being a mother, we decided we should include that into this scholastic need. Are we together? We know some of them people would be few because the period maybe starts from about 12 years and above that, but we shall see what to do. The senior woman teacher will be there to guide us. Then lot 5. Lot 5. Lot 5 or P1 to P3. P1 to P3. These pupils we are talking vulnerable, those who are assessed only, huh? P1 up to P3, in the list there were 25. They will receive a full uniform, school uniform for Andololo Primary School. P1, a girl would have a toro. Then a boy will have the blue shirt and a blue pair of shorts. That is for P1 to P3. I must accept that this is a challenge, which this girl who appeared here to be the most vulnerable also, but her name was not there. Agilo, Doreen. No, the Agilo was not assessed. Agilo was not the one assessed.
Special consideration.
So that one, we leave it to the management. So that is for the uniforms. We have them here, and the uniform, we have put our logos. What? Pobedam and our friends from Netherlands. So, that one will tell you that this is a gift from our friends Pobedam, because this is a gift, huh? And when you are putting on that, then it should be your pride, huh? Huh? Then the lot number 6. Lot number 6. Lot number 6. Lot number 6. Out of these all pupils, we did access. Oh, there were 58 in number. Oh, in our original budget, we were supposed to support only 50 pupils. Oh, but when we went down and saw the vulnerability, we in the planning unit with myself and my accountant, we say let us try to see whether, because when you are budgeting, you put an estimate. So we found that there was some small little savings somewhere. So out of the 58 who were there, we included both, all of them to be among us the beneficiaries. So means we are not going to support only 50, but we are going to support now 58. And we are going to explain to the donors why did the number reach from 50 to 58 again. So now, the last lot there, we are going to support, pay school fees, not school fees, but school development fund. School fees is not there in Uganda. We are going to pay all the school dues, school development fund for the pupils, P1, for the 58.
Next time.
In other words, if you already paid for this time, this money will pay for the other. For the
I'm planning
other
for next time. One okay. Let it be for next time. Let it be for next time. This time is ending.
But many of them are not paid.
Okay.
Oh, okay. With them, they always pay towards the end when they are going to rise.
You see?
Yeah.
So let us reach that way. So most of them are sent home. Because we are interested that they be at school. So that is for this term. Then also, that is from this 58 pupils. Then another thing is that we are very sure, we are aware that one of the big barriers is that most of these pupils come to school study, but they don't sit for the end of term exams. So again, we are going to pay for their exam fees and incentive for teachers, because that's one I think they are in a block. For the 58 pupils. So I want you to. That one we shall clear you, don't you mind? We shall clear you. What I want is okay? The 58 pupils, we did access. So briefly, my guest of honors, this is what we intend today to support with the 58 pupils over at Lolo Primary School. Thank you so much.